This video will be about Ansible scripts and network automatization. So this is my setup. It may seem quite complicated, but it is not in reality. Okay, so I will do Ansible script to automate network devices on this machine. It's Ubuntu and it is connected to multiple routers, Cisco routers. Okay, so and then it is connected to the internet. You probably noticed already that it is in GNS3 environment, so we can put in the work. Okay, so this is the machine, Ubuntu, and I will show you at first. Actually my configuration Ansible file, which is my own. By default you have Ansible file in this directory once you install Ansible. Here is the default Ansible configuration file, and you can also see the file hosts. You see all the settings here. Also you can define hosts which will be used in your scripts, but I will go to my home directory. In my configuration file is very simple, looks like this. This is name of the host file which will use, and other settings, like if you want to check host keys for SSH connections and what's the timeout for the SSH connections, and also I have disabled to showing warnings while running Ansible playbooks. Okay, then I will show you my host file. Here are the hosts. Basically those routers are from the network GNS3, which I have already shown to you. These are the IP addresses of those routers, and here are some of the variables which you can define here, or you can also define it directly in your playbook. So this user for SSH connection, also password for SSH connection for the user, then operation system of our devices, and enable password. Okay, so also before running Ansible playbooks you have to enable SSH connections on the routers, so we have to specify domain name, generate a key, and also create users, and under VTY line you have to specify a transport protocol, and you also have to define IP addresses to have connectivity with Ubuntu machine to be able to connect there via SSH. Okay, now I will show you my playbook. First playbook. Okay, the playbook has name ansdisk.ov.yaml, so it's the YAML file, and it has the YAML format. So every YAML file starts with 3 dashes, and then comes our place. That's why it named playbook, because it is made of place. This playbook has one play which has multiple tasks. Okay, so this dash is like showing that this is first play, name of the first play, enter CDP info. Then we have to define on which hosts from our host file we want to run those playbook, keyword all mean all of them, and here you are defining the type of connection, and it is network CLI in this case. Okay, then we can look into tasks in our first play and only play. So the first task has name show CDP. Then we are specifying the Ansible module with iOS command. iOS command module is used for like show type commands in unprivileged mode, and we will send command show CDP neighbor to all of our devices, and the output will be stored to variable named CDP data. Register keyword is used for storing output to some variable. Okay, next task is named set fact, and we are like defining a new variable or new fact which name is LOL, and LOL will contain output of CDP data, but in like more readable format, not in the JSON format, because by default all of these outputs are in JSON. Okay, then next task with name generate report. We are like generating a report from our output. We have to use a keyword template, and in the template we will use source file which is stored here with the name facts.j2. it's Jinja file. I can show you that. Okay, it will look like this. In the first line we will have device, and then like this keyword inventory host name. It is automatically exchanged for the name of the device from our host file. You remember we have there like, I can show it, like R1, R2, so those names will be placed instead of this. Okay, then we are setting a variable which will be equal to name of the LOL fact, which is defined in our playbook, and LOL will be basically a array, and we want to find out length of the array, so the number of elements. Okay, then this is normal text, and then we are doing for loop in range 4 to like length of the array, and 4 is because I will show you then output of the playbook, and it is because we want to start at the fourth element of that, or fourth line of that output, and then we will just writing outputs of that LOL factor or of that array. Okay, and so we'll use this file as a source, and destination file which will be created will be stored here with this name in CDP folder, and again it will has the name of the device in the host file .md. And the last task is that we will make one big report which will include all small reports for all devices. So we have to use source Ansible, and we want to have there all reports from this folder, and the destination file which will be created will have this name, and every file will be like divided by this string or these signs for better readability. Okay, and we also want to run this task just once, because by default all tasks are run for all devices individually. Okay, so I will run the playbook, and I will do it like this also. To have a verbose output to see multiple things. You can see how playbook is running in the real time. Tasks are running one by one. Okay, we are done. We will go to. Okay, you can see we have reports for all the devices. Okay, this is what you can see here. You can also compare it. You can see it's the same, just the timers are different. Okay, then for example, this one. Okay. Now we will check the master report, and you can go to the top. It is starting with R1, then delimiter sign 2, and all of them together. Now we can like review the playbook, how it was running. Okay, some basic output that we are using by one. We are gathering facts. Okay, that's not interesting for us. Okay, first task, showing CDP. Okay, and this is second. Okay, so we'll talk about this one. Basically, we are registering output to CDP data, and it is mean this output, like this green text. And in task setting fact for LOL, we are putting into the variable, you can see .std out lines 0, and it's starting from here, so it's an array. No, it's starting from here, and you can see this is like first element, second, 3, and we want to see it from here. That's also why in Jinja file we were starting from 4, because we just want to have there this maybe like fourth element, 5. Okay, then basically it's the same for all routers. You can see set effect, as I said, is starting from here. Again for all. This is, yeah, we are here making our reports files, and last task we are generating one big report. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know.